8 shockingly frugal habits of billionaires. When we think of rich people, usually the first thing that comes to our mind is a luxurious lifestyle, a nice big mansion, a fleet of limos, and dollar bills flying around the house. Well, who could blame them? When you have that kind of money, it's only natural to buy the most expensive, well, everything, right? Wrong. In today's video, we're going to look at 8 shockingly frugal habits of billionaires that most people are unaware of. We're going to share living examples of each habit to show you that we're not making any of this up. Some of the things included in this list will make you question your own daily choices when it comes to spending. This is Wealthy Fact, where you come to watch, implement, and get wealthy. Please make sure you subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up. 8 shockingly frugal habits of billionaires. Number 1. Bargaining. There's a misconception about billionaires that they don't ask prices when buying stuff. Actually, not only do they ask for the prices, they even bargain for a lesser price. Looks like they're humans after all. When you have enough money to feed not only your immediate family, but even the generations to come, it's easier to drift towards extravagance. But many billionaires have found to be more careful about their spending than many of us young, dumb, and broke. How come? Most of the billionaires didn't start filthy rich. They made their way to the top with careful spending choices. After getting there, that training made sure that they remained at the top. Lucky people like lottery winners make huge amounts of money instantaneously, but due to a lack of training, they spend it instantaneously as well. A few eyebrows were raised in Costco when in walked Mark Zuckerberg, CEO and founder of Facebook. Worth a whopping $98 billion, he still prefers bargain deals, but he's not alone. Kylie Jenner, worth $1 billion, was also seen sifting through items at Costco. Walmart and Target also get their fair share of visits from millionaires and billionaires alike. Warren Buffett doesn't care even if people at the counter pass glances. He's still gonna throw some coupons in. They have a purpose, you know. Number 2. Saving on clothing. Billionaires are a perfect example of don't judge a book by its cover. If anyone saw Mark Zuckerberg for the first time, he won't be able to guess his net worth. Mark is famous for his simple uniform of a gray t-shirt, pair of jeans, and sneakers. Amancio Ortega, the owner of Zara, follows suit with his uniform of a blue blazer, a white shirt, and a gray trouser, despite being worth over $65 billion. Carlos Slim Hilo, worth over $52 billion and Mexico's richest man, prefers to buy his clothes from retail outlets. Now keep in mind that these people can afford all the expensive designer clothes, but they still choose relatively simple apparel. The mentality behind this is simple. A piece of cloth or a pair of shoes doesn't define your worth. Mark, in his gray t-shirt, still is the CEO of Facebook. Number 3. Used or old cars. Billionaires go by the rule, if it still drives, it's worth keeping. Billionaires don't see cars like other people. They see them as liabilities running around the city. The second a new car is bought and taken for a drive, boom, its value drops by 10%. That's the kind of math billionaires don't like. That's why billionaires are more likely to keep their old car than to buy a new one. When they do need to buy one, they go for a used car. Famous billionaires are seen from time to time in their normal cars. To be honest, it's not like these cars are cheap in any way. It's just that we tend to look at the price relative to the owner's bank account. If a person is a billionaire, that doesn't necessarily mean that he should drive $1 million car. That's the kind of mentality that keeps a lot of people from financial independence. Jeff Bezos is the richest man on earth. For the people living on Mars until now, he is the founder of Amazon, the place where you spend most of your money. He used to drive a 1987 Chevy Blazer and was spotted driving a Honda Accord in 2013. The billionaire professor of Stanford University, David Sheridan, drives a 1986 Volkswagen Vanagon that doesn't do justice to his net worth of $6 billion. Number 4. Modest houses. Let's be honest, who hasn't felt a surge of inferiority complex, at least once in their lives? Watching super expensive, luxurious mansions in movies and shows, you might even have wished that you were a billionaire so that you'd be living in one. Well, not necessarily. It turns out, while it may be true for a few, most billionaires don't live in these kinds of mansions. A shocker, right? These billionaires don't think it's wise to invest in a big, fancy house. Not only are these mansions ridiculously expensive, but their maintenance charges are also very high. Warren Buffett is the perfect example of frugality when it comes to his house. the founder of Berkshire Hathaway, lives in the same house he bought in 1958. Remember, this guy is worth a massive $82.3 billion. Another perfect example is Carlos Slim Hilo, who not only is frugal in his attire, he's also lived in the same 5-bedroom house for the past 40 years. That's a long period for not being fooled by the real estate agents. Number 5. Prefer common foods. Raise your hand if you're also guilty of spending your spare cash on expensive dinners. No, I'm not blaming you. The guy in the advertisement is to blame. For the billionaires, however, food isn't something that should be decided on a whim. Like their spending habits, they've also developed frugal eating habits. To take it up a notch, Charlie Ergen packs his lunch for work every day. The man is the chairman of Dish Network, by the way. If you're living in Omaha, Nebraska, and a fan of McDonald's, chances are you may come across Warren Buffett munching on McDonald's across your table. He's known for his $3 breakfasts at McDonald's. David Sheridan makes the list for his frugal eating habits as well. It's said that he saves half of his meal for the next day when having dinner at a nice restaurant. Even from a frugal billionaire's point of view, this is going too far. Number 6. Haircut. This may sound super thrifty to many people, but there's a good reason behind this, and let me explain. The average cost of a haircut is around $28. If you're not so conscious about your side brows, you'd probably have 2 haircuts a month. That's $56 a month. Multiplied by 12 for a year, it adds up to $672 a year. A solid saving of $672 by just giving yourself a haircut. But this is not the only saving that they do with a quick haircut at home. For billionaires, time is money. Now, you might argue that your time is precious too, but I don't agree. You can always watch the next episode of Netflix some other time, but the billionaires lose money with every wasted minute of their lives. A lot of time is wasted at a salon by giving themselves their haircut. Billionaires are saving themselves a lot more than just $672. Makes sense, right? Among the billionaires, John Caldwell, the co-founder of the UK's largest mobile phone distributor Phones For You, and David Sheridan are well known to be their own hairstylists. Jeff Bezos has not only outdone his peers in the Forbes list of top billionaires, but he's also left them behind in this frugal habit by rooting out the problem. Number 7. Saving on transport. Man, these YouTube guys are so heartless, making videos of their first class and premium seats. I wish I was a billionaire so that I could afford them too. That's the lottery winner mentality. Remember when we talked about how lottery winners tend to lose their money instantaneously? This is how they do it. However, billionaires, the ones at the top, don't think like this. Most of them at least. They weigh their financial choices carefully. Billionaires are good with numbers. They know that on average for a U.S. domestic flight, first-class tickets cost 214% more than an economy ticket. Since they need to make a lot of trips throughout the States and abroad as well, it's not sensible to pay 214% extra for a few hours of a flight. The numbers add up quickly too. Azim Premji is an India business tycoon that's worth $7.3 billion. Despite having amassed a lot of wealth, he knows the numbers game too well. He flies coach and is even seen in taxis. David Sheridan is also known for flying economy. John Caldwell used to ride 14 miles to and from work every day, and you say your back hurts in public transport. Number 8. Budgeting. We've saved the best one for last. This isn't as much of a frugal habit, but it paves the way for other frugal habits. Billionaires follow their budgets judiciously. They have a long-term and short-term financial goals, and to meet them, they may be seen at Walmart, Target, and other retail stores. The problem with goals is no one will tell you to follow them, except yourself. This is an even bigger mountain to climb for the billionaires. With all the money in the world, it's way more tempting to go berserk with the spendings. And then there are people all around them who keep suggesting them things to buy and invest in. If they started to give an ear to their every suggestion, they would disappear from the list of billionaires faster than Usain Bolt's Olympic record. Fortunately, all the training from their struggling days pays off here. With other people trying to build new budget-friendly habits, self-made billionaires just need to stick with their old ones. This concludes our video today. We hope that this list helps you to start thinking about the daily spending choices that you're making. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and which habit are you going to try to build over the next month? Let us know in the comments below. Patronize our sponsors and follow up on our social media platforms. And we'll see you in the next video.